Well, hello everyone. I'm Helene and welcome to Cabin Fever Crochet. Today I'd like to talk with you about my totally drive me nuts relationship with this Lion brand Kobu yarn. I know it's been out for a little while. I have had this color in my stash for over a year. Finally brought it out and working on a paid for pattern, which I will show you in a show and tell video when I have it finished. And since I've worked up a fair amount of this piece, I'm going to share with you all the pros and cons about it that I've discovered, and then also tips that have helped me. And the colors are so pretty. This is the colorway denim. It's been around since they first launched it. Some lightings, it comes out more of like a silver blue or a steel blue, but it does have a lot of depth to it. And then here's a new color because that is in their new label, which I just love these, so artsy. This is a very pretty soft, I would say kind of a mint color, minty sage. The colorway is Lichen, L-I-C-H-E-N. This is a number 3 lightweight. They come in 3.5 ounce 100 gram cakes, 232 yards, 212 meters, 51% cotton, 49 rayon from bamboo. And I find this, as far as the sheen to it, to me it's a mid-range between a matte and a shiny, so I would call this more of a satin finish. And this is an 8-strand yarn. I will show you that in a moment. And price-wise, at our Walmart in-store, it's $3.97, whereas online they range from $5.59 up to $6.50 or more. And then lionbrand.com, they're $5.99, and they are on lovecrafts.com as well. So let's go over the pros first. It's very soft, smooth, cool to the touch. It's got nice kind of squish factor. You know, it doesn't have that dishclothy, stringy feel to me at all. It has really nice drape. It pulls down quite nicely, and it has nice stitch definition, as you can see. And the finished piece is very pretty. It has some texture due to the cotton, but with the lightness of the bamboo. Now, as far as the cons go, they're 8 individual strands, very thin, and they're wound really loosely. I mean, barely wound. And because of that, the strands, they split and come apart easily when you're working with it, and that's kind of the nature of bamboo anyway. Working with it, the stitches slip off the hook very easily, and it slides out of the work that you've already made. Now, I've worked on 2 cakes. I've started on my 3rd. Here's a knot. Yeah, there was a section in there where the yarn was actually shredded, and that happened once in each of the 2 cakes. So again, I just started the 3rd cake. And this yarn, as you can see already, didn't even plan that, but it does tangle very easily. So when you're pulling, I found when I'm pulling and pulling out however much I need to work with it one time, I don't pull out gobs of it because it tangles too easy on itself. And I was not able to find a center pull, which would have been really nice, and when they came out with the new colors, to make one that was easy to find would have been great, because I do like working with the center pulls better. But this comes out of the cake, the outside of the cake, quite easily. There we go, you can see that, due to its slipperiness, which is 1 plus 1 pro on the slippery portion of it. Okay, so as far as working with it goes, it does take patience and some finesse as far as adjusting your hook angle and your speed, and being prepared that when the work does slip out or catches on itself, or the tip of your hook catches on it, that you might have to pull back a little bit and redo those. So once I kind of got that in my head that, okay, yes, if I'm going to continue with this and finish the piece, then that's just what I will have to do. And I tried a couple of different hooks and hook sizes. Metal is going to be the most slippery, of course, but I did try a wood hook and then a resin hook. But the wood, it just caught too much on the inside portion of the hook, and it split even worse, because oftentimes with slippery yarns I will do that and suggest to work with a type of hook, a material that has a bit more grip, but not with a yarn that's very too splitty, because it makes that aspect of it even worse. And so metal still splits and catches on it, but because of the nature of the yarn, but it's much less. And the best hook is one that is very smooth and not too pointy at the tip, a little bit rounded, a little pointy. And this is the Furls Odyssey. As far as hook sizes, I worked with the size F all the way up to an I 5.5 millimeter. And for me, an H hook 5 millimeter, just that real middle of the road, was the best. And I'll tell you why. And going back to the yarn ball band, it does recommend a G 4 millimeter hook, and also the same in needles too. And that's what I am working with here. Because of this top, I did not want to have to wear a camisole or anything. Hopefully I won't underneath it. But if I were making, say, more of an open weave garment that was going to be a layering piece, or in a real lacy shawl or scarf, then you can certainly go up a hook size. So as far as the reason why H was the easiest, is that it just simply glided along the best, and it caught and split the least. Yeah, by just doing those few things though, you know, patience, adjusting the angle, and I'll show you that, and the speed. And because I did have to work in half the speed I normally do, it does take more patience in that regard also. But these are this is a single crochet row here at the beginning, and I went up a hook size to an H 5 millimeter for my beginning chain, and then I went down 2 sizes on this piece to the F 3.75 millimeter, and then here we go, just some regular double crochets, and then other shell type stitches within the body of the work. So you can see the stitch definition, the difference of the stitches. You can, even just holding it in my hand, how lovely that drapes. So H, F, and G. And equally as nice stitch definition from one to the other to the next. Okay, so I will just work a couple of stitches with you, but just see, pulling my hook out a little bit to readjust, it gets caught that easily. And then starting the next sequence, going through the top loops, just as you do normally, the top of your stitch. And you see how all those strands have come apart. Through the back of it, it's like, oops, I've split that stitch already, and then now I have to take that out and make sure I get underneath all of them. And then once I do that and start working my stitches, then I just kind of pull that stitch open just a little bit, not so much where I'm going to stretch it out, and then I keep this yarn a little bit taut, and that will help keep the strands together and from splitting them when you go around. So by also anchoring my finger to the back of the yarn and keeping those other stitches out of the way as I go through helps. And then as I come through, I will make sure I've angled my hook like at a 45-degree angle, And another thing I found when I'm actually working the stitches, when I hold the portion of the base of the stitch taut just a little, also helps keep the strands together, so I can go through the yarn a lot easier. So if you have a stitch that's more open, I think that's going to be easier, definitely, than stitches that are closer together. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a project. And then also the hook size makes a difference too. For that reason was why that 5mm H hook seemed to be the easiest for me. And then when I'm working through the stitches like that, half double crochet, I make sure I bring that loop up to the height of the other stitches. That's a good idea to do anyway, because then your stitches become more consistent, more even stitch definition. That helps a lot too. But kind of the neat thing about that is that you get a little bit more texture and highs and lows, and adds a bit more interest to the yarn. So overall, my opinion is the end result is worth the extra effort. Just knowing ahead in my mind, this is what I'm going to have to do. But I don't think that it's a yarn that I would seek out on a regular basis unless it's for a really, really special project. Okay, everyone, hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you will be reminded of all my future and fun uploads. Okay, take care. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.